welcome back to another episode of I Quit My Band. My name is Nate.
I'm Evan.
And JJ he's evaporated from the earth.
Again.
Just a few minutes ago, he just went poof. I don't know what that's about, some sort of disorder he has that we're not really sure what that is, but yeah, he just spontaneously combusted. Should be back next week, though.
Once his dad's birthday
is over, he should be back.
You know who else's birthday it is?
Big Hoss.
My guy.
Yeah, it's
Happy
my
birthday.
Thank you.
What's great is JJ, has his dad's birthday that he's celebrating, and then I remember asking you last week, like, we don't have to do it if you don't want to. I'm still open. Like, I understand if you're going to be celebrating for your birthday. And the look you gave me was like, no.
Dude.
I'm not.
I forgot it was my birthday at least 6 times today. I was just like, oh, yeah. Like, people would text me, like, happy birthday. I was like, oh, shit, yeah. Like, it's just something that you just don't.
No.
Past 25.
Yeah.
You do not think about it whatsoever.
In fact, you don't want to.
You don't want to. And I don't like when people wish me a happy birthday.
So in the comments, let them rip.
Do not. Because I just have to fucking say thank you all day to people?
Yeah.
I don't want to say thank you to you.
I'm not grateful for growing older.
I'm grateful you for your text message, for your Facebook wall post. Yeah, so it's my birthday, and we got a nice gift for my birthday. We got a new single from King Gizz and the Lizard Wiz.
Yeah.
One of your favorite bands.
Absolutely. When this dropped, I was chomping
at the bit. So they announced a new album today. Well, I think they announced it a week or two ago, but this is like the pre-order. The album's called Phantom Island. They actually put out a single for it like months ago. The first single and title track, Phantom Island. They put that out like in October, I think, and we didn't hear anything about it. Now we're getting the full actual album announcement, new single called Deadstick. I believe it comes out in June, the full album. It's June 23rd or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a weird time to be a Gizz fan because it seems like they're kind of doing the thing that I always wanted them to do. And I said that when we reviewed Flight B741, which you were strategically not here
strategically, absolutely. In fact, you texted me 2 days ago and you were like, hey, Gizz is releasing a new song. I'm sorry.
We're going to have to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I said it when we reviewed Flight B741 that they're kind of doing the thing where it seems like they're pulling back a bit. They're not fucking, releasing 2 to 5 albums a year. It's like last year was just one. And then this year, we saw that single release in October, but we're not getting the full album until June of 2025. So like, I kind of like this, one album a year for Gizz, because my biggest annoyance with them was the amount of shit to listen to in their output.
Yeah, I was like that's always going to be something that I have a hard time with. Like, I like to listen to a lot of different music. Mm-hmm. So when one artist is just like spamming my feed, I'm like, brother,
it does
give me a year or two.
It is a little spammy. You're just like, where do I start, dude? Give me a starting place.
But what I will say is that I didn't listen to all of Flight
B741.
Yeah.
Get it right.
I'm sorry. Flight United 93. What I will say is that the single that I heard off of that, I liked more than most Gizz music that I've listened to. If you don't know, we have a episode called The Gizzard where these guys try to get me into King Gizzard because they're a band that I listened to basically just Paper Mache Dream Balloon, thought I had kind of the lay of the land and would lie about.
Yeah, you lied plenty of times about how much you actually liked them.
Because you guys were so into it. I mean, like, yeah, they're sick.
For a while, they were it was the coolest band. Like,
yeah, it was when that 5-album run happened that like it broke rock dudes' brains.
Yeah, the 5-album run was great because there was a couple releases in there. There was probably 2 that you didn't need, but there was like at least 3 where it's like you got to check that out. And then with Infest the Rat's Nest, with guys like me who also like, thrash and metal, it was just like, wow, they can really do it all, and you got to put respect on their name. And like that's when I was really big into it. And then around the pandemic, they got a little goofy and started releasing some really odd shit that like didn't need. And it was a lot of odd shit that they released during like 2020 to 2023, like just random like B-side collections. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, and there was like that double album at one point.
Omnium Gatherum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really didn't like that one.
Yeah, I remember trying to listen to that one. But the singles that I heard off of the last album, I ended up liking more than I'd like a lot of their other music. Like, I don't like the psych rock stuff, the very repetitive riffing and then, like, you know, the repeating the name of the song over and over again.
Yeah.
That's kind of a sticking point. But when they write a pop song, they're very good at it.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I've just come to realize that I like their songwriting. I like the way they go about making a record and promoting a record and like the vibe that they have around a whole record. Like Flight B741, like it was their most fun and freewheeling and like southern and just like rock and roll, I guess, inspired album in a long time, and it just worked. Even though I was kind of like whatever on the past couple Gizz records, what Petra Dragonic Apocalypse, that was like, you know, that was a little much.
Yeah, it was like them trying to recapture the metal thing with
Yeah.
Infest the Rat's Nest, but it felt kind of felt bogged down by their storytelling and like the narrative aspect of it. There was no like Planet B or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, there was no there was no like Planet B or fuck, I can't remember. I'm only thinking of Petra Dragonic songs now. Well, there was another one.
Super
Bug was on
Super
that record,
Bug,
but there was another single that was really good. I can't think of the name. But yeah, they did try to do a lot of recapturing in 2022. 2022 was again another 5-album year for Gizz, where they released Omnium Gatherum and then like 2 like long extended Laminated Denim and Made in Timeland, which were like 2-song albums, both like 15 minutes long.
Okay.
So it was like a lot of just length, I guess, but not like songs. And then Ice, Death, Planets, Mushrooms, and Lava, which was like a really weird like psych release. And then Changes, which was like a jazz album, but none of it captured what they used to do on the other things like Paper Mache Dream Balloon or Nonagon Infinity. But Flight B741 just felt like a new thing. Just like them doing a whole, even though it was similar to other shit they did before, like Fishing for Fishies, it just felt like a new era for the band. And this kind of does too, I think. Like, I think that they wrote these songs during the same time as Flight B741, but they decided to do it with like an orchestra.
I could hear that.
Yeah.
You want to let it rip?
Let's just let it rip and let's check this thing out. It's called Deadstick.
Yeah, I thought that this might have been recorded around the same time because it has that similar like 70s rock. Like, you know, their music has always kind of been grounded in a sort of 70s rock, like that psych rock style, but like this is like embracing it. Like this has like the Reelin' in the Years Steely Dan guitar tone, which I love.
I like that too. And that was another thing on Flight B741. You could tell a little bit Steely Dan inspired, but with the horns too now, it's like, wow. If you're a Steely Dan fan, you're going to love this.
Yeah, and like the melodies are really good.
Yeah.
Like, this is like a posse cut.
Yeah, I like...
Because it starts out... Is this Stu?
This is Stu.
I find him to be maybe the least interesting of the vocalists for me. Like, Ambrose has just a more... There's just more character in his voice.
Yeah.
In this style, at least. Like, when Ambrose popped up on Pen and Dragon...
It was
I did not like that.
It was not great. Yeah, there's some times where he does not fit whatsoever, and you're like, you just do the harmonica. Just sit back.
Like Stu's monotone thing and the heavier stuff, I think works a bit better.
Yeah,
but I really like his verse in this, and I don't know who the third voice is.
I think on the second verse, it's their other guitar player, Joey.
Okay.
Joey Walker is his name, I think. And he sings a lot. He sings a lot more than he used to, I think. This is his voice, and he has like he sounds like a mix of Stu and Ambrose at the same time. It's not as quite as like unique as Ambrose, but a little bit more attitude than Stu, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like his lyrics. I like the way he sings.
Yeah, I like that falsetto kind of like.
He sings with a lot of like finesse. Like there's a lot of style. Like he does the fucking falsetto. He does the low like groovy Elvis type of shit. He's just kind of all over the place. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Gizz fan, and when I heard this today, I was like, this might be my favorite King Gizz song.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
Because I do, like, we shit on classic rock a good bit of just how overplayed it is, but, like, to hear guys play it with, like, this kind of urgency.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of local bands that sound like classic rock, but it's just, like, the same 50 songs that are played on classic rock radio.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, these guys have the chops to play something with, like, soul and groove and, like, with great melodies and with the horns and everything. Like, I'm not used to King Gizz sounding this fun.
Yeah, it's a new thing that they're doing where they're, Flight B741 was a lot of fun. This one feels like, with the horns in addition to, like, the fun classic rock style on that record, it's like, it almost feels like this could be like a Disney track, like
this does have like a Goofy movie like level kind of vibe to it.
Hercules, like what's the Hercules song?
I forget, but I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, this is like Act 1 where you're like meeting all the fun characters before they run into the villain.
Right. It's like Lion King. Like
this is the Hakuna Matata moment.
Yes. I don't mean it in a derogatory sense. Because the fucking, Eye to Eye on the Goofy movie, that's a great song.
Great track.
There's some great Disney cuts. I mean, we all know, like Phil Collins, he fucking tore it up on the Tarzan soundtrack. I feel like King Gizz could tear it up on whatever Pixar shit's coming out. Like that, I mean, it does just remind me of...
Yeah, it has like a very like playful sort of energy to it, like joyful.
I mean, there's a I will say the horns also... Wow, it reminds me of like fun Disney songs, theme songs. There's also a little bit of like, it's Saturday Night Live.
I can hear that as well.
Like, there's a lot to make fun of here, but I don't know. I just enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I like the new era of fun Gizz. I know our other co-host, JJ, does not at all. He did not like Flight B741.
Yeah, if you're tuning in, the guy in the middle did not enjoy it.
He wouldn't. Yeah,
he's a psych rock.
He's a psych rock.
He
hound.
likes the Pentagon Infinity, or what is it?
Nonagon Infinity.
Sorry,
you're a couple numbers off. There. A couple sides off.
But yeah, for me, like I enjoy the song that I really like from Gizz is Sense and that album, and like I like how airy and breezy and it's just a different type of vibe that you don't hear a lot of bands be able to carry in a way that feels like authentic.
Yeah. The thing I like about Flight B741 and this as well is that I feel like I could bring it to my dad or my father-in-law or anybody, any old guy.
Any boomer, old man.
And have like a bonding moment, Just be like, check these guys out.
Dude, 100%. If I played that in front of my dad, he'd be like, "Who the hell is that?"
Yeah, like that's fucking. And you're like, this came out yesterday, actually.
He's like, I'm still relevant.
Right, exactly.
My dad just has like 38 vinyl in his house now. He's like,
I got real big into the Gizz verse.
Han Tayomi's a robot.
He's a robot. He throws up on the world
and kills it.
It's crazy. That's what the world needs right now.
Yeah, he's like, I'll tell you what,
we could use Antium
and get Han Tayomi down in Washington. Make sense of these things.
It's my dad just wearing like a medium size like King Gizz like concert tee with like the tour dates on the back.
And then the Gizz is over,
tucked into his jeans. Just like, all right, it's not cool.
It's
anymore.
No longer 23-year-old nerds. It's 64-year-old nerds.
But you know what I mean, though. Like when you find an album that you like, but you know that like if you brought it to your parents or something, they would also like it. Like there's something about that. That's like, it feels, when you get older, it feels cool, Like when you're young, it may not, but...
No, but it does remind me of, like, the rock music that I grew up getting into rock music with.
Yeah.
And, that, like, to be able to hit that like zone is harder to do as you get older. Like
Yeah.
a band has to do it well.
Yeah.
Like when we hear The Darkness, we're like, ugh. You know, and it's trying to do something similar. It's trying to like ape on classic rock cliches and stuff like that. Whereas these are guys who are good enough musicians that are able to do that, but it still feels like a genuine expression of who they are.
Right, like the Darkness or whoever it is, you know, Jet or Airborne. They've tried to do that rip off AC/DC thing, or like Greta Van Fleet or something, and it feels so disingenuous because it's like it really just is a cliche and like a tribute. Where this it just feels like, I think they just like Steely Dan. You know, I think they just had the opportunity to have some horns in their music, and they tried it out, and fucking it worked.
And like those 70s rock bands that like had like 3 songs that your dad knows, like Rare Earth
Yeah.
or like Ides of March, like Vehicle
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Like real deep cut 70s shit.
Yeah, and you're like, you remember those guys? Here's a little bit of that, you know? Here's a little bit of the deep cuts that you liked. But yeah, I mean, if I had to knock this song for anything, I'd say it's very similar to Flight B741, so we're really not going to get anything different this time around. Probably.
Yeah, it's like you swapped out the harmonicas for the horns.
For the horns. It's really just horns. That's the only thing that's different. And the production felt a little bit like thin. Like the mix felt weird to me. The horns felt super loud when I first listened to this, and like Stu's vocals felt buried.
His definitely feels a lot quieter than the verses
Yeah.
that follow up. I always find the production a little like weird. It always kind of sounds a little lo-fi to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I think
a little
that's
fuzzy, a little like warmer.
I think that's like a thing that they do. Like they like lo-fi and muddy mixes, and they made it work before. But with the horns too,
Yeah.
I felt like that was just like maybe it should be like a really well produced thing, because the horns can be a little bit piercing and thin if you don't do it right. But it was still a fun track. I
Yeah.
still liked it.
I liked it. I will, if I'm in town, I will listen to the new Gizz record.
Well, you know we're gonna have to review it.
And
That's
it's
gonna
our
be
duty.
Duty calls. So let us know what you thought of that new King Gizz track. It's called Deadstick. It's off their new album Phantom Island, which releases June 13th. Sorry, not 23rd. June 13th this year. Are you excited for this new King Gizz release? Are you not as excited? Do you think that this is just, you know, more of the same from Flight B741? Do you wish that they went back to the psych rock shit? Let us know in the comments, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for shorts, clips, and then subscribe to our Patreon page for bonus content. It's $5 a month to become a quitter. You can find all that shit in the description, so go check that out. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.